quarter for which statistics are available, which was April to June of this year, DBS received 576 disputes and determined 379 in favour of the applicant. Whilst the detail is not available in the statistics, particularly as upheld matters may only have referred to part of the proposed disclosure, the figures demonstrate a success rate of more than 50%, which demonstrates the utility of making submissions in cases where it is at least arguable that the approach of the police and or of the independent monitor is open to challenge given the particular facts. Clients facing this scenario will require careful advice, and the following factors should be considered when looking at available options. First, has the police force offered representations? If so, you need to act quickly within the deadline or seek an extension, as this is often the best opportunity to challenge the proposed disclosure.
The nature and content of any representations will of course turn on the facts of each case. So what follows on the next slide is not intended to be an exhaustive list, but do consider each and every statement made by DBS in its minded to bar letter against the information it has obtained, copies of which will be provided with the letter. It's not unusual for the information to be incorrect or misconstrued, and the client will know more about the events in question than the caseworker. So nothing which is asserted should be taken at face value. Is the information which has been provided accurate and complete? Has DBS summarised the information correctly? Has it been taken out of context to such an extent that it's misleading? Is it possible to identify any prejudice or assumptions made by DBS about the individual? Or have they taken at face value prejudicial statements or incorrect assumptions made by others within the information provided? That may have a bearing on what the DBS can claim the information can be said to demonstrate. In your representations, it may be necessary to address each statement one by one in order to comprehensively dismantle the DBS's narrative. Has the individual undertaken courses to address their behaviour or risk? This can show insight and a willingness to accept accountability, and that the risk can be or has been mitigated against. How current is the information? How old was the individual at the time? What has occurred since then? It may be appropriate to clearly attribute any past risk to specific events within the individual's life and to demonstrate that those risks are therefore no longer present or sufficiently mitigated against due to a change in circumstance. Where DBS is concerned with events which occurred when an individual was young, the passage of time may be particularly relevant.